While Japan's prime minister addresses Congress in Washington, a man from Pittsburgh is in the audience. He works for U.S. Steel. As concerns grow over the planned sale of U.S. Steel to a Japanese company, he is telling KDKA's Linder he and his co-workers are concerned as well.
A U.S. Steel employee got to hear from Japan's prime minister during the joint session of Congress amid bipartisan concerns about the proposed takeover of his employer by Japan's largest steelmaker.
My presence being here sends volume.
Rob Jones of Penn Hills is an operating technician 1 for U.S. Steel in the Mon Valley. But on Thursday, he was in Washington, D.C. as a guest of Representative Chris DeLuzio.
For them even bringing a member rank and file down is an amazing process.
He got invited 2 weeks ago by DeLuzio to go to D.C. when Japan's prime minister addressed a joint session of Congress during his visit to the U.S. Jones would be there to represent his brothers and sisters who work in the mills at a time when Japanese company Nippon Steel could soon be buying U.S. Steel.
I don't think that we ought to be allowing the Japanese to come in and just own a company outright.
It's a deal President Biden publicly questioned last month. DeLuzio, along with fellow Senators Bob Casey and John Fetterman, have also voiced their opposition towards the proposed $15 billion sale, citing the need to protect more union jobs. As a part of the agreement, U.S. Steel would keep its name and headquarters in Pittsburgh. But it worries Jones when it comes to national security and the military.
If our country needed us to make certain material, we need to be available to make that material.
At the same time, the current contract ends in 2026, and as of now, he and others have only been told their jobs are intact until then.
Most of us, are looking at it like we're common guys. We're looking at like, well, what about after 2026? What happens then?
Even if he doesn't get to talk to the prime minister, he appreciates the chance to be there in person.
It shows that our union and our congressmen are behind us 100%.
On top of lawmakers' concerns, according to Politico, the U.S. Department of Justice has opened an antitrust investigation into the potential sale of U.S. Steel to the Japanese company. For now, reporting from downtown, Linder, KDKA-TV News.